Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, or whenever you happen to be watching this episode. This is Steven, your host of Bourbon Bay Talks, and I want to welcome you to another exciting episode as we have my friend Brad Metzger with his company BM Branded, and we are going to discuss all the amazing products that he makes from bourbon barrels and bourbon bottles. And I know this episode I wanted to have come out this past holiday season, but due to some technical difficulties, we did have some issues. So now we are having it out here in spring, and I hope you guys enjoy as Brad discusses his company and some of the awesome things that he makes. And also, just wanted to take this time to thank my sponsors, Loaded Cannon Distillery and Higher Order Smokers, for sponsoring this episode. And I'll definitely be putting their information in the description as always. And as always, guys, please subscribe. And I do have a new Patreon account. So, hey, this channel takes a lot of hard work and effort. And if you guys can go over there and support me and help the channel grow, I greatly appreciate that. And also, please smash that like button and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoy another amazing episode of Bourbon Bay Talks and my friend Brad Metzger. Ushkabehe and cheers. Hey, Bourbon Bay. This is Steven, your host with Bourbon Bay Talks. And just want to thank my sponsors for putting on this awesome episode of Gambler Bay Speakeasy. And I'm here with my good friend and Kappa Sigma brother, Brad Metzger. And he's going to talk to us about his company, BM Brands, and how he got started. So I'm going to give this off to Brad. So I'm going to let him talk now.
Well, hello, Bourbon Bay Talks. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. My name is Brad, and I started BM Branded back in May of 2020, and just looking for a way to make a little bit of extra money while going through the pandemic. And, I've always really liked bourbon, and I've always been pretty creative. And so the story behind starting BM Branded, I actually started making lamps, and I was looking at bottles, and I was like, man, some of those would look really cool as a lamp. And I had seen some lamps, bottle lamps in the past, but the thought of using the staves and the bottles all came to me while I was dreaming one night. I just kind of dreamed it up. And so I was like, well, I think I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and make one. So from there, I've gone to making lamps, to Lazy Susans, to tables, to all kinds of little different things made out of the wood products from bourbon barrels. And then I also use bottles as well. I make candles out of bottles. And I also make tiki torches. And one of my newer products is the cigar rest, or some people want to call them ashtrays.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's kind of interesting. It's just how, this has kind of become like another like little industry in its own right, coming off of, bourbon and people's, gaining interest in it. I mean, is that kind of how you saw, like you were talking about, you were, a creative guy, you like bourbon, and you just said like, hey, this is, where, I think could be a really nice little niche market, because there's definitely a big market out for stuff like this out there.
Yeah, especially, here in Kentucky, I live in Versailles, which is home to Woodford Reserve and very close to a number of other distilleries here. My access to barrels is pretty easy. The market is kind of flooded here, but yeah, I've always enjoyed making stuff. So when I'm thinking about bourbon, and, I just like being around the barrels, the smell of the wood when I'm preparing stuff, and just to see stuff from where it starts from, it covered in soot and ash from the barrel staves being covered in the char, to cleaning it up and making it look like something that's really nice and they make great gifts, and people. I mean, some people call it art, and really, a lot of people like some of the things I make. I'll use their bottles that they've used in their wedding, or they want to make a keepsake out of it that they can hang on for a really, really long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, like you said, a real art, and people are like yourself are making some amazing things. And you kind of want to go into like some of the processes, like with the lamps, like, how people might be interested in, like, what's the process of, making a lamp of that you do, like, let's say with, see the Maker's Mark bottle in the back there.
Yeah.
You want to just talk about that process?
If you give me just a minute, I'll get this off and I'll show you all a couple things around
Yeah.
my little shop here, marketplace on Main in Versailles. If you ever come to Bourbon Country, be sure my little spot up here. It's really pretty. But give me just 1 second, and
Yeah.
I'll get this off of the stand here and show you some cool stuff behind me. Okay, so if you check out the lamp here, you can see that the lamp, it's got the bottle's got coffee beans in it. Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. So the lamp, actually, the bottle has coffee beans in it, and it is made with pieces of barrel stave, and this is actually part of barrel head
Okay.
that I've hand cut, and then I run the staves on up, and it
Oh,
goes into the lamp.
I think we're seeing a little bit of the phone.
Oh,
It's all good.
but yeah, I'll go show you another one here. So let me move this candle out of the way. So this is a bullet lamp that I've filled with corn, and I haven't had any issues or anything at all with filling it with whatever it's filled with. But you can see how it goes up into the actual stave itself. I do a lot of custom lamps. Like I was talking, people want a specific bottle. I just recently finished an Eagle Rare lamp, which was really nice. But yeah, this is kind of where I all started. And, I've kind of morphed into some other cool stuff. But like I said, everything here is handmade, and I have made it all by myself, even the display. So the barrels are all made with bourbon barrels, and they got nice little shelves in them and everything. And it's not just for bourbon drinkers too. I also have candles that that are made just in regular glass jars that are available with very nice scents. And I also have a couple wine glass holders.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So for people who love their wine.
Yeah, for the wine lovers, The cool thing too is this sticker right here. It's a Kentucky Proud sticker.
Oh,
So
okay.
I actually have a Kentucky Proud certificate through the Kentucky Department of Agriculture that that certifies that all my wooden pieces are Kentucky Proud items. So if you like, local to, Kentucky, just items like that are local, then all of my items that are wood are Kentucky Proud.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like really interesting because that's like what people really seem to be going after a lot these days is the buy local, support local. And
Right.
Yeah, and like with the candles, I mean, usually, like, how long do those take you to make and to do a candle?
Well, the candles can take a little bit of time. If you look, everything's hand cut here. So if you take a look at the glass, I take a glass bottle and I hand cut them. So I have to cut them and polish them, and then I have 3 different scents. Each scent is a little bit different than the other. barrel aged coffee is probably my most popular scent.
Oh yeah.
Uh, drinker, that it's definitely a really nice scent. The next one for the winter time is more of a bourbon ball, which is more of a vanilla-y, warmer, cozy type of scent that really fills the room, and it's just a nice fall or winter scent for the house.
Yeah,
And then,
definitely a good thing for the holidays right now, huh?
right, exactly. I made some bourbon balls the other night.
Nice.
They're going to be really good. And then the last scent that I've got is more like a spring or summery, and it's got a citrus scent to it. I call it Bourbon Breeze. And the reason why I call it Bourbon Breeze is at Kingland Racetrack here in Lexington, just down the street from us, they have a famous Maker's Mark drink there that's called the Kingland Breeze.
Okay.
There's orange juice and stuff in it, so it smells similar, and it's got a nice little play on the name there.
Very nice.
Hey, this is one of the newer candles I just finished. Where's my Blanton at? Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would probably love that.
Yeah. So I've got two different wicks. I have a wooden wick. If you like that wooden popping, crackling noise, the wooden wick is good. And then some of the taller candles also have cotton wicks that are premium cotton wicks that, and they all burn for a long time. I mean, there's a lot of wax here, so these candles last a really long time.
Yeah, and then I noticed that the other day you put up on the charcuterie board, so you're starting to make some like for cooking utensils, and so I mean, like, how do you go into the process of like getting what do you make the charcuterie board out of? Like the bourbon top?
Yeah, it's a barrel lid, barrel head. Some people call them barrel lids, but yeah, I use that because they're flat. You know, you have to find the right ones to make them flat and dry out. It's a long process. So when you get the wood, it's wet, right?
Yeah.
From all bourbon, it's been sitting in bourbon for years. It's wet, so you have to dry that out. And the moisture content is made of different pieces of wood that are tongue and groove pushed together. And over the time, over the weather changes, the temperature changes, they expand and contract, just like how the bourbon goes in and goes out.
Yeah.
So the wood itself, before you even start to prepare it and make something, cool like a nice lazy Susan like this, you really have to dry that wood out. You have to dry it out properly. And if you don't dry it out properly and you go and start to make something like this, you can see all these pieces here, all these lines are really pretty close together. And the way that this Lazy Susan has been prepared, it's not going to change. This actually, I've made this probably 6 months ago now, and it's just like it was the day I finished it.
Oh, wow.
So you can check that out. It's really cool. But yeah, if you don't prepare the wood right, you can't finish the wood right. So a lot of people, when they're out there, they'll have pieces like, I'll show you a lower quality barrel head, and I made a shelf out of this. So bear with me. You see this cracking right here, this separating. That means this barrel head itself didn't get dried properly or anything like that. So, which this was going to be a shelf. It wasn't going to be a big finished product like this. I knew that was going to be part of my display, and I just needed to get it finished up. So, but yeah, I got some cool LED lights. If you like a bottle with a little mood light or whatever, and a lot of people like that. They're popular.
Oh yeah, that's definitely pretty popular. Now, I mean, let's say if someone wanted to do like one of the barrels like that for that you have on your display, is that something that you could definitely do for them?
Yeah, I mean, going back to the charcuterie board, that's how I made that. Somebody was like, I'd really like a barrel head charcuterie board. I was like, I could totally do that for you. I was like, draw it. How do you want it? You go and ask the question, and they say, surprise me most of the time. I said, the only stipulation it had to be a Jack Daniel's barrel head.
Oh, really?
So I was like, I actually have one, and the shape of it, you know, I could send you a picture of that too, Steve. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
that'd be great, man.
wanted to get it, so I went ahead and made it up, and he loved it.
Nice. So is that basically, like you said, a lot of your stuff is custom?
Yeah,
So is that like mostly how it kind of goes for you? Is people will say, "Hey, I want to send you this bottle," or like, "Hey, can you see about making me this?" And then that's kind of how those ideas get started, and then you go and get the product or the wood from your source.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Most of my stuff is custom. You know, people want something, and I make it happen for them. A lot of people, they'll just hop on my Facebook page. If you want to give my Facebook page a like, it's
Yeah,
at
definitely.
AY. So a phone ringing. They got it. Now that
But yeah, we'll definitely put that link in the description. And I mean, so is there other ways that people can get a hold of you and like, like other like social media outlets as well to try to
yeah,
see about reaching you?
I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. Um, People keep telling me I need to start a TikTok account, but I haven't.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just reach out to me, text me. My phone number is actually right above my head. It's backwards though. But yeah, I'm totally available. Shoot me a text. I'm easy to chat with. I'm quick to respond back. Anything you guys need, I'm here. I can make it and get it shipped out. I've shipped all over the country. I've shipped to Indiana. I've shipped to North Carolina and Florida. Mr. Sachs, thank you very much. I've
Yeah, I definitely have a piece myself and
yeah
probably be putting that on there just to showcase. But yeah, I mean, and you did that Will It Pot Still bottle for me. And
yeah.
I mean, I tell people about it all the time and they love it.
It's a great bottle. I love the shape of it. Actually,
Yeah.
I had a couple Willet tiki torches and
Oh, nice.
the LED lights for the Willet. There you go.
Yeah, I bet those are big sellers.
I've sold quite a few stuff uh, this this Christmas. I mean, it's been a great holiday season. One of the newer items I finished recently is this.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was looking at that. That looked really cool. That.
some people like just the stave look. Here, I'll tilt it forward a little bit. It's a whole stave, and it's been cut to fit some votive candles that you can just light. You set it on a mantle or whatever you want to set it on. And then I haven't talked about tiki torches yet, but here they're kind of cool. I'll bring one out front here.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if I can do this, man, without
And
breaking.
that's like a Woodford Reserve bottle, probably there.
Yeah, so this is a Woodford Reserve bottle. That's again, it's got the barrel head piece to it. It's flat. This barrel head is this barrel's not perfectly flat, but this is flat, so it doesn't wiggle or anything. This is for
Well, yeah.
outdoor use only. Uh,
Yep.
and it's just like a tiki torch. So it's got this. It's got a wick. It's a
Mm.
fiberglass wick, and you take the oil. When I ship these, I don't sell the oil with it.
Oh, no.
I don't ship the oil, but anybody can get oil at Walmart, Lowe's, wherever,
Home
Home
Depot.
Depot,
Yeah.
any of the big box stores. They'll have that stuff. But you take this fitting out right here, and you pour the oil in, and it'll fill up to about there. And the taller the wick, the bigger the flame. So I usually cut mine down. I leave these a little large, but I usually cut it down about half size sticking out there. But
Nice.
yeah. And again, if you're hanging out outside in the fall or in the spring, that's perfect to set on the table. It keeps the bugs away. And it acts just like a tiki torch.
Yeah. Definitely a nice little ambiance.
Yeah.
And it's also like you were saying that the piece wasn't completely flat, but I guess you could say that helps make it pretty unique. Like every little piece is pretty unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was great, and I really appreciate Brad, you showing everybody this, and we'll definitely get your people to be able to get in contact with you because this would be such a great idea for the holidays. I know probably right now it's going to be a little tough for shipping it out, but I mean, at least it'd be definitely a great idea for people to, get in contact with you and start getting these things made. So,
Oh, yeah,
um,
sure.
yeah. Anything else you kind of want to let people know, or?
Uh, well, I can show you one more thing.
All right.
My cigar wrists. I a little bit of a newer item, but my cigar rests are all hand cut, just like the glass candles, the bottle candles. So it's really neat. People can for this for the cigar in the family
Yeah.
holds a cigar really well. So, but not just that. You can use these things for anything, really. Like
Mm.
you see, I mean, people can use them as candy dishes.
Oh yeah. Or
So
like a little change.
yeah, or yeah, set them on the dresser for watches, change, wallet, whatever keepsake stuff you want to put in there. Nice little serving tray. I've used I don't have any more. I'm sold out of them, but I had a Woodford Reserve bottle, just like the regular Woodford Reserve bottle. I used it as a cheese dip tray. Like I did the whole cream cheese and jelly, pepper jelly.
Mm-hmm.
I put that on there like a cheese dip. But yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
that's that's it. But any ideas? Yeah, just like the charcuterie board, it doesn't have to be what I typically make here. It could be pretty much anything made out of a. So I've done coat hangers. I've done staves, just like decorative staves. I've done I could do like dartboard and stuff like that, like for holding your darts, like a dart
Oh,
hole.
okay.
Yeah, right next to the dartboard. So, um, but any ideas that you could think of, I can pretty well do. I didn't show you all the tables, but I make tables that have hairpin iron legs with a
Yeah,
barrel.
those are really nice.
Yeah, and I don't skimp on the details either. Again, all these barrel heads have been dried. They've been planed on the bottom, and they've been fully backed on the bottom with plywood. And then underneath on the bottom here, you can see I stain the bottom and I clear coat the bottom entirely so that it's nice and it looks like a nice finish. And then on top I use 3 coats of polyacrylic in order for it to be weather resistant.
Oh well. So
I,
they can be outside and stuff as well.
yeah, it could handle a light rain here and there, but I wouldn't leave it out there all year round. Uh,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I mean it's made to be out there. I have one in my screened in porch that I like to use. Um, but all of them are, I mean, if it doesn't meet my standards, I don't use it. So,
Well, yeah, I mean that's definitely important. It's got to be meet your standards before you give it out there.
yeah. You hear how quiet this is? I mean,
Yeah, that's very quiet, man.
that's as loud as it's right there. Yeah, these are finished with food safe finish. So it's
Okay.
not a polyacrylic finish. These are finished with food grade safe finishes, and you can actually pick that product. It's a Howard's product that I use, and you can pick it up at Lowe's in case it loses its sheen over time. Once you use it, you can always just put another finish right back on it. You just rub it on there and wipe it off. But this has been finished with as beeswax finish is what it
Oh,
is,
that's nice.
and mineral spirits that are food safe.
Huh. So it sounds almost kind of like organic.
It's mineral oil and it's mixture, so it's pretty cool. So that's food. People can use this as a giant charcuterie board if they wanted to as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. Wow, Brad, I'm just having a bad day today.
Yeah.
but I appreciated, Brad, you coming on and showcasing all the amazing stuff that you make and this great business. And you want to tell people just one more time again where they can reach you about going ahead and trying to get some of, or to get these products, and where they can find you, and then also like if they're in the area near Versailles, how far it is from like Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, sure. Well, you can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me at BM Branded KY on Facebook. If you search that on Facebook, give my Facebook page a like and a share. And I'm also on Instagram, again, at BM Branded KY. Once you hop on there, you can also find my phone number, shoot me a text with whatever you need to have.
Sounds great, guys. And then if, like I said, I'll definitely be putting this info in the description. So if you guys want to reach out to him, or hey, if you want to give me a comment as well, and I'll definitely make sure that we get you guys in touch with Brad, so you guys can have him make you guys some really cool lamps, candles, and sounds like he's starting to expand more of his portfolio. So again, really appreciate you, Brad, for coming on, and hope you have a really happy holiday. And I hope everybody enjoyed this episode, and hope that you guys enjoyed my first season at Bourbon Bay Talks, and looking forward to the next season. And again, thanks for all my sponsors, and hope you guys have a great and amazing day, and cheers and ushkabehe. Thank you again, Brad, for sharing your story and telling us about being branded. And I know this is a little late for this past holiday season, but hopefully this gives you guys some great ideas for some birthdays, anniversaries, or a way to decorate your guys' houses, or the upcoming holiday season. And as always, I hope everybody enjoyed. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button and leave some comments. And as well, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be putting the subscribe tab in the left corner. And yeah, so I also wanted to take this time to thank my sponsors, High Order Smokers and Loaded Cannon Distillery, for sponsoring this episode of Bourbon Crafted. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to put down in the comments, and I will also be putting Brad's information down in the description so you guys can get in contact with him, and hopefully he can help you guys make some amazing stuff. And as always, guys, hope you have a great time, and if you're going to have a drink, have it with me. Ushkabehe and cheers.